Hey y'all! It's Pat Boy, Beauty and Bling. Listen, I tell you, these technical difficulties are getting on my nerves. It tries to stop me on my fabulous day. It's my turn. I'm in the hot seat with Christy Burrow, my producer, my creative director, my writer. It's everything to me.
Aww. Aw, you're so sweet.
I'm so excited to have you here, Crystal. You know, I call you Crystal.
I know.
Christy. That's her famous name, y'all. But listen, before we get started, y'all, I got to do my bounce. Crystal, can you dance with me? Crystal, show me the move.
I got a little two-step for you. Hold on.
You helping me, girl? Because I'm from 1980. Listen, y'all, we got to get started. Let me tell you guys, I'm so excited today because I'm in the hot seat. You know, I always want to talk about everybody else's story, and I really do. That's my heart. But today, we're going to start talking about my story. But before we get into it, I want you guys to follow me. Y'all know I got to read off all this information. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, share and like, and give me thumbs up. Listen, on Wednesdays at 12:22, 12:24. How can I forget it? It's my birthday. At 12:24 PBBBT. What does that mean? Pat Boy, Beauty, Bling, and Things. I'm featuring my favorite products. Listen, y'all, do y'all like these glasses? Let me get all up in the camera. Look, I love them. They're blinged out. They're readers for you guys who just want to look cute with some readers. I think I'm going to feature them this week because I have some fabulous collections. Okay, listen. I want to invite you beauty experts to the show. If you want to be a part of the show, I need for you to email me at shopbeautyandbling1224@gmail.com. Email me, give me, who you are. If you have a bio, if you don't find, just tell me about yourself. I'll contact you. I want you to be on the show. It's fabulous. And then, of course, shopbeautyandbling.com for all my favorite things. Do y'all like this fabulous shirt I got on? This is my thing. If you got a fabulous shirt on, you could just put on some leggings. You could just put on some pants. I mean, you can just put on some bottoms, but the shirt makes you fabulous.
Yes.
I like it.
I love it, honey. I love the sleeves. It is giving everything fabulous.
Thank you. So, without further ado, I platform that inspires, empowers, and develops those people who are interested in the beauty industry, not necessarily the beauty industry, any entrepreneurial industry. We're sharing our experience. We're sharing our stories. We're sharing how we started, where we're at and where we're going. And so my creative director, who really inspired me to, do this whole fabulous show, is on the show today. It's you and me.
Yay! Hey!
Christy Burrow, I'm going to give you the mic.
You know what? I just want to say that it's just such an honor to be here and to be interviewing you. I've known you for a very long time. I've looked up to you for a very long time as a businesswoman, as an entrepreneur, as a staple in our community. And I was looking over your resume, and there was some words that really stuck out to me. The first one, of course, right, is the salon owner. Everybody knows that you have Sheer Creations, you own a salon. But you had some words that were very strong, and I just want to call them out. Vision leader. That's a powerful one. Product line owner. image enhancement workshop teacher, image fashion consultant, lecturer, and the main thing, the most important thing, entrepreneur, and just lover of everything beautiful, because you shine a light. It's like you give light wherever you are. So thank you for that. And the list goes on and on. So I know you've been in the game for 30, 40 years. I don't think it's been 40 years, because if it has, then that means that you had to start when you was 2, because I don't see 40 years sitting in front of me. But tell me, how did you get started? What inspired you to take this journey in the forever growing and changing world of beauty and helping people transform their lives?
Well, let's go back. We
Okay.
got to go back to 1982.
Woo, that was before me.
Well, in 1982, that was the year that I graduated from high school. And I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I was, trying to figure out whether to go to college, what to do, Pat. And my mother, who, oh my God, she was such a blessing to me. She said, Pat, why don't you go to beauty college? You love playing in hair. You love combing hair. You're always trying to do somebody's hair. Just go until you figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did. I said, okay, listen, I graduated, just say if I graduated June 6th, by the 20th, I was in beauty college.
Oh, so you weren't playing no games.
I was not playing because honestly, I got to say this. I knew that my life, I wanted a better life. Mm-hmm. There was some things like in high school, I loved fashion, and it was a couple of young ladies in school that dressed really sharp, and I said, you know what? When I grow up, I'm going to have the money to dress the way I want to dress, look the way I want to look, go the places where I want to go to, drive the cars I want to drive. I'm going to have to do this. But did I really know I was going to be an entrepreneur? No, I didn't. No, I just went on to school, which it was such a blessing. I went to Maryville Beauty College. I'm really dating myself because it's been closed 20 years. And when I went, I was focused. I was serious about learning and growing in the beauty industry. So I went, and 12 months later, I graduated. And from that point on, I went into a salon. And
so talk to me about your first salon experience. So you graduated Maryville, and then you were ready to, get into the salon space. Tell me, how did you make the decision of where you were going to start out with, where you were going to go?
So, the first thing was, I had to do some research. And, I was young. I really didn't know I didn't go to salons when I was growing up. My mother, put us in the kitchen, shampooed our hair on Friday night, and Saturday morning we got burns. Yeah. And, I used to dread it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, why do I have to get burnt up every other Saturday? So I didn't know anything about salons, visiting salons. So I had to do a little research.
Okay.
I looked in the phone book. I'm dating myself. And I picked a couple of salons that was, in the area that I lived in, that I could possibly catch the bus and get to. And I came across a couple of salons, and I went to visit them. And so when I went to visit, certain salons were not as warm and inviting. I kind of knew that when I walked in the door.
The energy was off.
The energy was off. And I said, no, not there. And then I had, a really prominent guy that came to me that was, big. He was known for his salons. He was doing great things. And he came and knocked on my mother's door, and he said, Pat, I want you to come to my salon. And I got to say who he is, because he's a great man. He passed on, but he was so awesome. And it was Andre, Studio One.
Oh.
And yes, he came in, and he didn't know me, but he was bold enough.
Wait, didn't they have a lot of different things in Studio One? I remember.
Yes.
Okay.
Studio One was one of those salons that was innovative. You know, they
Mhm.
had the top stylists, and they were doing great things. But at that time, I didn't think that was the right choice for me at
Okay.
that time. And now I know later on in life why it wasn't the right choice.
So
Because,
what choice did you end up making since you didn't go to Studio One where everybody probably wanted to go right out of beauty school?
uh-huh,
Where did you end up? Where'd you
I,
go?
I went to the Perma Hut.
The Perma
The
Hut.
Perma Hut.
Okay. On
And
11th, was that 11th Avenue?
on 11th Avenue. I went to the Perma Hut,
Okay.
and when I walked in and talked about who I, was, and I was thinking about renting a space. The owner, Letha Crawford, she came to me and she said, "Listen, I will help you." And when she said that, because I didn't get that from the other salons that I went to, she said, "I will help you." She said, "You can start tomorrow."
Mm.
She said, "When you come," she said, "I'm going to meet you where you are." I told her, I had some clients. I had a nice little clientele that I would go to their homes and do their hair. She said,
Mm.
"I'm going to meet you where you are. You come in and I will help you."
So when Letha said she was gonna meet you where you were, what did she mean by that? Like just meet you where you were at that time in your career, or was she gonna just kind of help bring you along? What did she mean by that?
I believe that she meant that, listen, I'm going to mentor you. I'm going to share information. I'm going to share skill, knowledge. I'm going to help you come up. Because, listen, Letha had already been 40 some years in the business.
Mm.
She had been in the business a long time. She was an elderly person when I met her.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably was looking for more of a motherly type mentor
Mm-hmm.
than just to get into the game with, where everybody else was. I needed something else.
Right. You wanted to be nurtured and developed in
Yes.
your craft, I guess. And that's what Letha provided for you, huh?
Yes, she did. She was amazing. I gotta say this. I gotta tell you this story real quick. She was so amazing. She brought me in. She put me on a commission. That's how I learned about the commission base.
Mm-hmm.
She allowed me to work and build up my clientele until my clientele was big enough for me to pay booth rent. I thought that was amazing.
That's amazing. Because really what she did is she didn't allow you to go into the hole right straight out of school by trying to pay this large booth rent and still maintain your clientele. That was, Letha sounds like she was considered what we call a people leader,
Yes.
you know, and not like someone like a manager but I lead people. I'm a people leader. I'm going to show you the way. I'm going to empower you with information. And
Yes.
do you think that you being mentored by Letha has that kind of like that mentality has kind of passed down to you? Because I mean, that's kind of what you do too, Pat.
Yes, I know for sure. I am convinced that when I walked into Letha's establishment and she mentored, she shared life experiences, she shared business, and she shared skill knowledge, I'm convinced that it was an impartation.
Mm.
And when I say immediately, because as I grew and she watched, listen, she had big clientele. She had the doctors, the lawyers, the teachers, the prominent,
Mm.
clients. But she would watch me. She
Mm.
would not just, she didn't put me in the salon and say, "Go for it." She would watch me, she would pull me to the side, and she helped me along the way. And it was just amazing. And I got to tell this real quick story. She was so amazing and she was so focused on us growing. So
Mm.
she created this. She said, "Look, I know you guys have clients, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to show you something that's going to change your life, your business life." And we were like, "Okay, Letha,
What
what you?"
was it? What was it?
She had this marketing, I'm just going to say, it was brilliant. It was this marketing thing she said. So look,
Mm.
do you remember when the perm, the curl was in
Yes.
back in the day?
Yes,
Well,
I remember spraying my grandma's curl. Yes, I remember.
you remember? Emma Jean had a curl.
Yeah, I remember spraying it. I used to have to get on the back of the couch and spray and leave the curl. It was horrible. Horrible experience.
So listen, it reminds me of the movie. What's that movie? I think it was
Back Coming to America when they had their hair back on, and then everybody get up and it's a spot. You talk.
It just came to mind. Anyway, so Letha said, listen, you guys, if you trust me, I'm going to help you grow your business. She said, so this is what a mentor does. I'm just saying. She said, we're going to run a curl special, a perm technical curl special. She said, we're only going to charge $25. And we were like, what? Because, people were paying $100 for these.
For a curl?
Oh, yeah.
Lord.
Oh, yeah. It was big. My sister, she was paying $100-something for a curl that really, once I learned how to do it, I'm like, really, lady? Anyway, but, that's the business. She said $25. I'm like, $25? She said, trust me. So she said, I'm going to advertise for you. I'm going to buy the product for y'all. I can't remember the product name. I think it was Soft and Free. I can't remember. It was a one process application. She said, trust me. She put the information out there. She advertised, we're going to run it for a day. Listen, people were lined up around the corner.
Are you serious?
She said, when they come, give them the curl for $25. She said, if they need a haircut, anything else, upsell, extra, and they will come back to you for life. When I say explosive, she was amazing. That, the salon owner thinking about me, thinking about the other stylists. What can I do to help you guys build more, show you that marketing is key? I learned that early on.
You know what? It is so important to have a mentor in any industry that you are in, whether it's beauty, whether it's business, whether it's technology, anything. Like I attest to that. Having a mentor is the best thing, because these are people that you can learn from that have went down the path that you're going, and you can get knowledge from them and grow, and they can provide you with constructive criticism. But the key is you got to be able to accept that and apply it to yourself, right?
Yes, Crystal. Yes.
So Letha, wow. So it sounds like she just poured into you from the time that you stepped foot into the Perma Hut.
From day one. I mean, it was like a family. It was the community. The whole atmosphere was so beautiful that, I stayed there for 9 to 10 years. I stayed there a long time.
So when did you leave?
So I left. When I left, I decided that, this is why I left. So
yes, why did you leave? Let
me tell you. She started talking about that she was going to retire and close her salon. So I started, I was just listening. I said, okay, we don't want to wait till the last minute. We need to start thinking about where we need to go, because she's older. She was tired. I mean, she had opened and ran the salon for like 30 years, and then she retired, and then she came back. So wow. So she was tired of it. And she just kept expressing, I'm gonna close soon. I'm gonna close. And so we decided that, okay, now it's time for us to leave. So when I say we, it was a group of us that we had to find another place to work at. So we went right next door to Irby's.
Oh, I remember.
I
remember that. It was like literally right next door, like right there.
Right next door. We went right next door, and months later she closed. And so it was a good move for us at that time. At that time, it was a good move. And so we went there, and I think we were there maybe 3 or 4 years. But I do want to say this. Before we left there, as Letha mentored me and shared her knowledge and her information and her clients, I grew so fast that I needed help. I was young.
So you said you needed help. Was it hard for you to ask for help, Pat?
No.
Okay.
Because let me tell you, when I was serious about I'm just saying, I was serious. I was a hustler girl. I was doing 40 people a day. but I needed help. Yeah, I needed back then. Those
Mhm.
clients, listen, they were committed and coming in,
Yeah.
but I needed help, and I was going to these training programs and all these seminars and all these workshops, whatever. And I realized that if I had an assistant, I can do
Mm.
more. So
Mhm.
look, I could make more, and then I could employ someone that
Mhm.
would pour into their financial,
Yeah.
stability. And
Yes.
I found somebody. Listen, she walked in the door one day. I gotta tell y'all who it is. It's Vet Gordon.
That was your first assistant? What?
Walks in the door. Listen, she walked in the door to rent a booth. She had moved away and she came back from Atlanta. She had moved back to Atlanta from Atlanta, and she rented a booth, but she didn't have she didn't have a clientele. So I said, look, if you help me, I'll help you.
Mm.
And she helped me. And listen, she was humble. It wasn't like, I'm a hairstylist too, I'm licensed too. She said, let's
Right.
go.
Because sometimes people that have to kind of like we'll say shift from being in one position to another position, they think that they can't do that work because, oh, I've done this before, so this isn't what I should be doing. I should be here. But she, like you said, she was humble and she played the core.
She came in, listen, she blessed me. She learned from me, I learned from her. She
Okay.
shampooed for me until she built up. And she had to let me go.
She said, I gotta go, Pat.
She was like, lady, look, I understand you need some help, but guess what? Let's hire somebody else. And guess who? Guess who we hired? Tony.
Tony. So your whole team was just building up, just like that. Like
Just like that. God was sending them in. Tony was my client. Now, look, I gotta say this. Y'all know Tony is my best friend, and I love Tony. Tony loved me, but it's the truth. Tony was my worrisome client. Yes. She would call me at the last minute. She had to come, get in, and get out. I was known for working real fast.
Mhm.
And I would always say, look, I'm sorry, Tony. I would say, Tony, I'm about to leave in 30 minutes. Tony would get there in 5. I'm coming in.
She'd be like,
You
I'm
are
on my
not
way.
leaving without doing my hair.
What?
But listen to this story. I gotta tell it, and because we're short on time.
Yeah,
Chelsea,
we're getting close on time. Pat, you know what? You think we should pause right there
you
and
want
do?
to
You think we need to do a part two? Because it's too much great. It's too much greatness in this story. I need to know everything. We need to know the tea. I need to know your trials and tribulations. I want to know how Tony transformed from your client to your assistant to your, well, she is your best friend. So your best friend, your client, your assistant, and then your business partner, right? Because you guys been doing hair together forever. I think we paused. Okay, I don't know if y'all can hear me or not, but it looks like we're having some technical difficulties. Okay, well, it looked like we had some technical difficulties, but we're going to be back for part two because this was fabulous. Pat's story, how she got started, her trials and tribulations, what's next for her. We need to know. We need